My cam's out. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Jolioli coming at you with Custom Grow 420. Anyone get that reference? I hope someone did. What's going on, guys? We got Mihawk here. Dracula Mihawk himself. Let me do a little bit of yeah, it's him in the flesh. What's going on? Unfortunately, it was lost on me, Unc. That's okay, man. Look up Custom Grow 420 when you have the time. You'll get it. If you watch my recent video, I also put it in the emu video, but there's like a stoner looking, I don't know how to describe him besides a stoner looking dude making that abhorrent coughing sound while he hits the bong. I put that in my latest video. That's where that's from. Oh, I see you finally got a fitting sword. Yeah, how does he not cut his own shoulder? Hockey. Yo, thanks, Partha. I'm glad you liked it, man. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about Kobe being a matchup for Akainu until I was like working on the script. And I was trying to follow his trajectory and see where it would go. And I just... Oh! My family! A hawk with swords. Starting off right. We're doing Stormveil Castle today, guys. This is probably one of the best legacy dungeons in the game. IMO. It's incredible. Yeah, but when I was working on the script, I was trying to like follow Kobe's trajectory and see like, okay, you know, if this is the way I think he's going, how's the story gonna pan out for him? And I just couldn't help but come back to the conclusion that he was gonna fight Sakazuki at some point, you know? Shield? We don't need shields. Oh, we might need a shield. Alright. Off to a good start, folks. We're doing some Elden Ring speedrunning today. Speedrunning to death. How fast can I do it? That might be a world record. Stormveil took me like a full week, my first playthrough. I think Stormveil is pretty, for like a first dungeon. I mean, technically you don't have to do it first. For like a first dungeon, it's actually kind of tough. There's some parts later in this place that are not very relaxing, is all I can say. There's that one courtyard with all the undead there, and then there's like 6 ballistas that are constantly shooting at you. Yes, definitely like these stream. I hate to be a nagging, like, parent type personality with that, but please do, it helps me. Alright, let's, so I haven't played since the last stream, so it might take me like 20 minutes or so to reacclimate with the gameplay here. Golden Crest shield was my endgame shield. Which one was the Golden Crest shield? I don't remember that one. I might remember it by looks, by appearance. What's up, Mango? So since I killed that guy towards the entrance, will I get locked in here? No. Cool. Yeah, that guy's a traitor. People were wondering why I murked him last time. That dude locks you in the room with this guy. Kind of a dick. Uh. What's up, Andreas? Lee said, "Yo, my first game stream. Hype that, man. Welcome." These are kind of new. I haven't been doing many game streams on the channel, but I'm trying to bring them into the fold. I do want to make videos for chain attacks. That probably doesn't work with what I'm using. Guard counters. Yeah, I want to make videos about some video games, but you know, I was thinking about how I was going to approach it, right? Because I have two options. I can make like videos about games that have been out for a while that I like, or I could wait for a new major release to come out that I'm going to play, and then just record my play session of that, and then use that footage to do like a review or something like that. I don't know. I haven't decided how I'm going to bring the videos onto the channel. I'm going to keep the bar and everything. I'm just going to not... It's just going to be about video games instead of One Piece. We'll see how it goes. I feel like if I do a new major release, then I'm more likely to get views on the video. And since my channel's not about video games, I'm not counting on getting very many views by default. Ooh, game theories. Interesting. Well, you know, MatPat retired now, so there's a hole in the market. The world's in need of a new game theorist. I don't really have that many theories, though, about games, I feel like. For me, I'm just more about just being critical. Analyzing it, what they do right and wrong. Yeah, I do box. Or I haven't done it in like 2 months, to be totally honest, but I'm gonna get back to it. Now that the weather's getting nice, I feel motivated. Want to play the Nier games again? I played Automata. I bought Replicant and I never actually played it. I'm kind of fraud for that, I know. It was good. Automata is great. Although I will say that whatever that shmup section at the beginning of the game that takes like 30 minutes, and if you die at all at any point during the intro, like not just the shoot 'em up, like you have the shoot 'em up and then you got to go through the factory and then you got to fight the boss, and if you die at any point during any of that, you have to redo it all from the beginning. That was ass. Logan asked me, first time jumping into these streams. Is this your first playthrough? Nope. I am on my, I don't know, 4th or 5th playthrough now. I think 6th. I actually haven't kept count, but I've played this game a lot. I can't call it a playthrough though, because I have characters that I've gotten like very far in the game with, but I haven't totally completed those runs. So like, I have a few characters I've gotten like 80% of the way through. Like, I beat pretty much everyone except I didn't go through like the Ashen Capital and fight the Elden Beast, because I just don't like those fights. I don't know. I don't feel particularly motivated to do Elden Beast every time. Or the Fire Giant. Yo, this sword's amazing, man. I just stagger everything. They don't stand a chance. What I need, though, I need to get my my carry weight up so that I can wear better armor. I mean, not that Mihawk wouldn't be able to just go around shirtless fighting everything in this game, but I think for my own sanity. Nier Replicant felt much shorter, but still. Well, as far as I know, right, it's like a halfway remake of the original Nier, isn't it? So maybe that's just a consequence of that. Like, you know, older games may have less content. I don't know. I never played the original, though, so I can't say. Yeah, let's get that endurance up. Happy Monday, Wesley. Problem is, the old Nier games didn't have very good gameplay. The story was always very interesting. I mean, I don't know if you count Automata in that group, I guess, or if you're just talking about the original. Automata's combat was alright. I didn't think it was amazing, though. I wasn't like... I wasn't blown away. That's also because, like, I like beat-em-up games. Like, I enjoy Bayonetta, I enjoy Devil May Cry. I like Devil May Cry a lot. And I don't know, Nier kind of like, it comes close to that type of gameplay, but not quite. It's a little bit too restrictive, I guess, like what you can do. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I'm just a scrub. How do I get across here? I don't think I can do it that way. Oh, thought I could make the jump. Anything good? Nice. Okay, so I just have to not sprint jump. Tried Sekiro. How'd that go? Yeah, that game's it's a ball buster, for sure. I love Sekiro, though. I was playing that on my Twitch like a couple of months ago. It was such a good time. I replayed that game this past year. I fucking love Sekiro, man. That game has some of the funnest boss fights in any FromSoft game, period. Ishin is incredible. Genichiro is incredible. Owl can go fuck himself. Nice. Thanks, Pokemon Red. Automata literally has all types of gameplay in it. I know they have like a bunch of different weapons. Like the different builds you can do. There's some good variety in there. I think my problem more so comes from the fact that you have to like manually equip all those things. Like, what I like about other beat 'em ups is that you can like swap weapons on the fly, typically. And then like in Devil May Cry, you'll have like 4 or 5 different weapons that you can swap between at any given time, and it just lets you do some insane shit. But if I'm remembering correctly, in Nier, you kind of have to like, you have to menu to like swap out what you're using. I say that as I'm playing Elden Ring, but like, obviously different genre. Oh, there's a whole squad. Damn, this is rough. Alright. The soundtrack is so good. The soundtrack's amazing to those games. Very distinct, too, you know? Like, I could hear a track from Nier and just automatically know it's from Nier. I did not like playing as 9S, I'll be honest. That is like the worst character in that game, in my experience, like from my experience. He was, that was dreadful. I guess I just should. I just didn't have to wake everybody up. That's what I was doing wrong, I guess. Okay. Well, is there even anything up here? That's the better question. Oh, you know what there is? I can probably do some cheap shit like this. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna skip some of this area. Don't know how. Okay, guys. Epic speedrunning strategy number 5. I call this Stormveil skip. Close. And now it might be fucked. Hold on. Oh, nicely done, Hidden. Nicely done. You're such a skilled gamer. I'm gonna like and subscribe right now. That's right. CRW, the pink mamba. I don't like the slander, man. I was on that top 30 stream and or no, top 50 stream with Cole, and people did not believe in Kobe. People were not accepting the truth. Ever since that day, I knew I had to make a statement about this character. Oh, I should play Baldi's Basics. I have Baldi's Basics Plus, actually, in my Steam. I could do it. I wouldn't mind. I feel like the hype for that game is gone now, though. No one cares about Baldi anymore. It would be funny, though, for the meme, right? The bald meme. I think that'd be pretty good. That's clever. I would love to make an edit of Baldi's Basics where you put my the bald emoji on top of balding. That'd be pretty fucking. That'd be keen up. What's up, Ajwad? Where do you get the intro tracks for your vids? The track from the ship analysis video slaps. Thank you, bro. Hold on, let me kill this guy. Okay. I get all my music from epidemicsound.com. That's where I license it all from. I just look for artists on there that sound good. They separate everything by genre, so it's like really easy. If I want to just find like some alternative hip hop instrumentals or a jazz track, I can just search by genre and then go through their playlists. They're probably all on, like, all their music's probably on YouTube as well. What an idiot. This is personal now. Godric is keeping all of my people captive here. You see all these sword birds, these sword hawks? This is fucked up, man. We gotta do something about this. How'd you not die? It's like point blank. It's crazy to have hype for Garp but not Kobe. Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. If you're gonna hype up Garp, you gotta hype up Kobe. It's like it comes with the package, you know. Like it's weird if you would hype up Roger but not Luffy, or Shanks but not Luffy. It's weird if you hype up Mihawk but not Zoro. It's weird if you hype up Sabo but not Dragon, you know? I feel like all these characters are clearly designed to carry on the will of the previous generation. Okay. Yeah, they're all designed to carry on their will, and they're supposed to be the inheritors of, you know, that's like the biggest theme in One Piece, man. It's like every character, you know, before they die, they pass their will on to someone else. It's like you have to hold them in a very similar or same regard. It's the way, like, for example, you know, people have been talking about Toyotaro and Toriyama, right? Like how, like, hey, man, like, don't roast Toyotaro for not doing Dragon Ball the exact way you like. You know, Toriyama chose him to be his successor. Like, he chose him. You know, he saw something in him more than anyone else. So, you know, you have to respect the wishes of the OG. It's not, you know, like, it's not like we know better than the person who's straight up passing their, you know, life onto someone else in a way. So yeah, Garp's doing that for Kobe. I completely, you know, with any character in this story where they're like, I've chosen a successor. I have someone that's my second in command. I have someone that is going to surpass me one day. Like, yeah, that's probably going to be the case. How many chapters till Vegapunk's announcement? I don't know. It could go either way, right? Like, Oda could take this 10 minutes and stretch it out for a long time. You know, this could become like a Marineford level thing where it's like we just have tons of characters pulling up. I am floating on top of this table. Like, we could have this explode into some insane shit and like have this 10 minutes get stretched out, or we could have him speed through it and like maybe 1 or 2 chapters, the 10 minutes will be up. I think really what's going to determine it is this week. Like, once we see the pacing, because we got the 10-minute timer last chapter. Once we see the pacing this week, and we see exactly how Oda's going to be moving through it, then I think it'll be easier to guess. Better question is, how long would I prefer it to be? And I think the answer to that is like 2 chapters tops. I want a short 10 minutes. Have Luffy fend off the Gorosei for a couple chapters. Maybe 3 at most. Or 2. Well, that's what I feel like. 2 chapters, and then on the 3rd chapter, you have Vegapunk drop the announcement. And then they leave Egghead. Because we're not going to get the final battle with the Gorosei here. It's not happening here. So there's no reason to make the fight go on for an extended period of time. We should just... This situation, should be a taste of what the Gorosei are capable of, and then we're forced to, like, retreat and come back to it later. Give me a second. Let me just check on my dog real quick. I'm alone at home today, so excuse me if I have to get up and down from the chair a few times this stream. I'm on Moopy watch duty today. Yeah, I don't like this guy. This guy's like one of the worst parts of Stormveil. At least in terms of like challenge. Cool enemy though. Oh, that was bad. Yikes. Good theory that Vegapunk is actually live streaming. I don't think so. There's like two things with that, right? It's like either that he's live streaming from like Inside Punk Records or something, like he's like an AI reconstruction of Vegapunk, or this is, you know, I don't know. I don't know what else there is to the live streaming theory. I just don't think it would make sense. Like, we see him die, and the video is activated by a dead man's switch. But if he was gonna just live on as an AI anyway, like inside the computer, why wouldn't he just do that from the start? If that's like the safe place to be, so that you can get this information out, then why not, you know, like why not just do that from the get-go? You essentially have eternal life inside the computer. You could get as much work done as you wanted. He could do pretty much anything he wanted from inside the computer.
I'm looking for a little something here in the castle.
His brain is still alive, I guess, through Punk Records and like the other satellites, but the Stella body and the brain that's still in the Stella, whatever there is, that has to be dead.
They sacrifice our kind for grafting.
What's my favorite movie that's not very popular?
Purpose in mind.
Good question, Tom. Let's see.
I'm tired, but unlike you, still.
By not very popular, do you mean not well known, or
would you care to learn?
Not conventionally liked? Like people don't like the movie typically.
I'd love to help.
That would help me answer. I feel like Shaka and Pythagoras being revealed to be alive would piss me off more than Stella, as there's literally no reason to bring those guys back. I think there's no reason to bring any of them back. We have 6 Vegapunks. There's no reason to say, like, spare them. You know? Like, it's already egregious enough that Oda can't kill certain characters when he sets it up that they're gonna die. And he shows them dying, basically, and then just undoes it with, like, some little writing thing. It would be awful if he, in, like, the height of the story, with, like, the biggest threat in the world right in front of their faces, killing Vegapunk. And there's 5 other Vegapunks for Oda to use if he really wants to use them. Well, at this point, 3. But he wouldn't even be able to kill any of, like, if they're all still alive, he's not even able to kill one. Like, not one Vegapunk is allowed to die. I would lose my mind. I would actually I would like hate Egghead way more instantly. I love Egghead. Egghead is a top 3 arc for me right now. I really hope that's not ruined by some fake out deaths. That would suck. That would really suck. I want to see Shaka's face. He doesn't have a face. As far as I know, it's just a monitor helmet thing, but there's no face underneath. It's like robotics and stuff. I mean, it's okay if you don't mind fake out deaths. I think they're objectively a detriment to the narrative. I think they're objectively a bad thing for the story, personally. But, you know, you can still like that. You can still like them, but I think that they don't actually serve to add anything. They only serve to take away. Because, and I can prove this, because the first time you go through an arc and you think a character is going to die, all that emotional buildup that you have, and all that worry that you have for the character, and then when Oda gives you their like a death on panel, you get the emotional investment and payoff of the buildup, and then the sudden character dying, and then you're robbed of something that you care about. If that character comes back and turns out to be alive later, then none of that emotional buildup and payoff mattered. And now anytime you go through the story again, it will never have that effect on you ever again, because you already know that they're going to live through it. So it only hurts the story. It's only positive when you're going through it for the first time, and then when you get tricked and it's like, nope, they're still alive, then the second time you can never revisit the story and get the same appeal, because it's gone. The moment the character is the death is undone, then that appeal is gone completely. I want you to imagine a world in which Pell did not come back. And tell me if you think Pell would be a much more popular character now if he didn't come back. Because I think people would love the shit out of Pell if he didn't survive. And now he's a joke. Now he's like a joke in the community because his death was undone. Yeah, but it's different with each character. I mean, sure, I don't think every fake out death is universally bad. I think that when you do it more often than not, it's bad. Like, there's few situations in which I can be like, okay, that character surviving is alright to me. For example, what's an example of a character surviving that I think is okay? Saul. I'm actually not upset by Saul surviving because he was frozen by a former comrade, a friend of his, and all that happened to him was that he was frozen in ice, which prior to that event happening in the story, we already saw that isn't instant death. Robin was frozen in ice at the end of Long Ring, and she survived that. So we already have a precedent established that characters can be frozen and survive the freezing. The move was called Ice Time Capsule. Before I even made my channel, I remember thinking to myself that there's a possibility that Aokiji faked Saul's death and that Saul is still alive and on Elbaf. And although I never made a video on it because this was like long before I started making YouTube videos, that turned out to be correct. So I actually the fact that I was able to see that coming makes that fake out death not shit to me, because the elements were there in the plot to make that an event that you could predict and be like, yep, that makes sense. I could have seen that coming because the pieces are in place to make that happen. When you have Pell go out and sacrifice himself by carrying a bomb into the sky, and he's just back. When you have Kinemon get stabbed through the stomach and bisected by Kaido, and then he's just like, you know what's crazy? I think Law, all the way back at Punk Hazard, 5 arcs ago, didn't properly reattach my body. So I've always had this little slit in my stomach that was a perfect division so that when Kaido stabbed me, he happened to stab me in the exact spot that Law bisected me, like the exact fucking, vector that I got fucking cut on by Law, and that happened to just save my life. Like, that to me is bullshit. That's such bullshit. Kinemon should have... That is not an excuse for him to survive. It's the dumbest. It's one of the dumbest fake out deaths I've ever seen in fiction. Period. Not just One Piece. Absolutely garbage. Absolutely garbage. I will never ever forgive that. That is truly bad. Like, that's bad writing. I'm sorry. I love Oda. I love his work. Sometimes you gotta tell it how it is. Kinemon surviving that does not make sense. In any universe, does that make sense? Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, Killer, right? That's my point. It hurts the story. Like, doing something like that, you get what are the positives of doing that? Your feelings aren't hurt anymore because the character you like is still alive. That's it. That's the only positive. And maybe the character can still be used in the plot later. The only positive there. What are the negatives? It ruins the plot line for an arc, potentially. It ruins a character's plot line as a whole. It makes people get upset with it. It makes people dislike a character more, potentially. What else? It breaks the logic of the universe on occasion. Like, it just, like, creates inconsistency. And it just feels cheap. You know, like, there's so many reasons to, like, not do fake out deaths. But for some reason, Oda does it every single time. Which is why it's actually baffling to me that people think he's going to kill Luffy at the end of the story. Like, you're telling me this guy can't let fucking Pound die, but he's gonna kill Luffy? His baby? His, like, pride and joy? Like, what Oda believes to be, I mean, I agree, but it's like Luffy's like a national symbol now. He's like a fucking, he's almost like a mascot character for Japan. There's no way, he's like a hero for kids, he's like Superman for kids in Japan. Like, there's no way he's gonna kill Luffy. I do not get attacks off quick enough to really get much damage on this guy before getting hit. Damn it, man. Yeah, that's the thing, right, Jeremy? It creates this expectation. He says it literally sets an expectation that nobody will die in the story apart from flashbacks. So it's funny. I actually have a video I started working on like a couple months ago, and I was compiling data for it. I want to reorganize the data because I feel like the way that I organized it wasn't totally fair. But I basically tried to do the math. I went through every character death in One Piece, and I calculated a few things. I like marked down, did they die in a flashback or did they die in the present timeline? Is this a character that's a major character in the story, or are they a minor character in the story? And then are they a fake out death or not? And I got some pretty astounding numbers there. And it's like, I think it's something like only 25% of the deaths in the story happen in the present, and the rest of them are all flashbacks. And I think, like, if you were to include every fake out death, they would make up like another, they would make up around like 10 to 20% of the deaths that occur on page. And that means that like a quarter or a fifth of the deaths that you see in One Piece are lies, and they don't actually die. So some of those numbers were like, okay, that's a pretty big pattern. Like, it explains why people are like, when someone dies, they're like, I don't believe it, I have to see him die. It's like Oda does I'm dead again. Oda does a moment where it's like, he'll like have a character get like shot through the chest, and then people are like, nope, he's not dead yet, I need to see his head explode. Nope, I don't believe he's dead yet, I need to see him get stabbed 17 more times. It's like, it's not enough that the character has a gaping hole in his chest. Now we have to see, like, no, I need to see this character get eviscerated and then get shot by a firing squad and then get blown up in a nuclear explosion. Then I'll believe he's dead. And there's a reason there's that mentality with Oda's writing, because it's like, that's how it is. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I love that emoji. The law moment in Dressrosa. Like, we have Nami's mom get shot at point blank range by Arlong, and that killed her. And that's perfectly believable. And then we have Law on the ground, literally laying on the ground in front of the Corrida Coliseum. Doflamingo pulls up, and like, what was it? He laid like 3 shots into his back. Like, he shot Law in the back, like right in his lungs, like 3 or 4 times. How does that work? I don't get that. And Law's perfectly fine. That's definitely plot armor to me. Because it's just like, when that chapter drops, the only benefit of that is to like get you worried for Law's safety, and then the next chapter or two, it's just completely taken away. And I didn't think it was that much of an issue until I started getting other people to read One Piece, and they were reading it and were like, "Oh man, this character's dead, no!" And on multiple occasions we're like, "Wait, he's not dead? Oh, that kind of sucks." Like, and the amount of times I've had to be like, "No, but I promise, other people do die later. Just keep going." The amount of times I've had to say that to somebody drives me nuts. And I promise, dude, they're not all fake out deaths. And then they are, like, half the time. So. I don't mean to sound like a hater here. I will say, though, the fake out death conversation is one that I have a lot of feelings about. I do have a video that I want to make about it, because I think it's a conversation that needs to be had. Oh, Belmir's in Arlong's basement? You mean the dungeon? Yeah, you're right about that. He put her in the dungeon, and then they forgot about her. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite localization changes from 4Kids. I always found that shit so funny. How about a nice room in the dungeon for the rest of your days, my girls? If you can't pay the cash, then you're out with the trash. And feel free to quote me. 4Kids is truly a work of art. Everything that came out of that studio. Yu-Gi-Oh! Classic 4Kids Yu-Gi-Oh! Nothing like it. What's worse, fake outs or Wano? That's really a hard comparison, or comparing an arc to like a trend in the series. I can't really answer that question. It's because of the fake out deaths that Wano is partly why Wano's not good. Why do you think Oda doesn't? It can't really be Shonen Jump's fault, as One Piece is the only Shonen Jump series with this problem. I really think it's because Oda is a very positive person. He's a very nice guy. And I think that like that whole positivity that he has about him is really, it bleeds through into the story and all his characters. It's like, I mean, all the Straw Hats are like these beacons of goodness and positivity. So I think that's the type of emotion and like feeling he's going for, the tone he wants to set with One Piece. He wants to have serious tones sometimes and definitely like real consequences, but ultimately with good guy characters, I feel like he doesn't want to condemn them to death. So he'll create these dramatic moments where they seem like they're going to die or they're about to die, but through some kind of good fortune or perseverance, they come out the other side still alive. That way, he can have the tension, he can have the drama, he can strike fear into your heart that a character is going to die, and then he can also have his cake and eat it too, where the character doesn't actually have to die. He can give you those feelings, and then he can bring them back because they got away, or they didn't die, they survived, and then the character gets to live, and then he gets to draw more of them, or you know, he gets to draw them in future situations that maybe he's imagined. I really think it's just because he loves his characters too much. He doesn't want to kill them. Really, that's the summary.
Tarnished, are you? I am Nefeli Lu. I'm here by decree of how utterly.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. I just think he has to. Sometimes you got to let go. Sometimes you got to let a character die. It's, you know, it's part of like the philosophy that Kaido had, is like, wasn't it like death? It's like death completes a person or whatever. Like that actually is very true on a literary level. Like a character's life is complemented by their death in storytelling. Like if you're going to have a character die, that's part of the package. That's part of the message you're sending with the character. The consequences that lead to their death, the circumstances surrounding it, the drama, the tragedy, the irony sometimes. All that's important. It actually makes a character what they are, you know? Julius Caesar wouldn't be Julius Caesar without the story of how he died, right? The way he died, the way Julius Caesar died, is critical to his depiction in like the play that Shakespeare wrote, right? It was a Shakespeare play. It's critical in that. Like it's part of the arc, being betrayed and killed by, you know, the other senators. So like I feel like it's actually something that if you're an author, even if you love your characters, at some point you got to be like, well, it makes sense for them to die here. Their personality that I've written for them, the decisions I've had them make, the fortune that I've given them as a writer, has all culminated in this moment now. And realistically, would this character survive this moment? Should they survive this moment? If the answer is no, then unfortunately that's the path that they went on. That's the path you've written for your character. They die. And if you're preventing them from dying and you're showing the hand of God, right, the writer's hand coming onto the paper, like manipulating events, you know, like if it's like a Deus Ex moment, then you're betraying the integrity of your universe that you've worked so hard to build. Because now any consequences or anything that happens can simply be just written off by the author's hand coming down from the sky and plucking a character out of danger. So, I really... Oh, no! Yo, thanks, Vid. I'm glad you liked the video, man. Oda probably viewed Kaido's death completes a person philosophy as a bad thing because he's the bad guy, but accidentally cooked. I mean, I think he intentionally cooked. I think that it's just he viewed it from he views that philosophy differently. Like, I don't know. He definitely knew that there was some truth to that statement, but he was using Luffy and the good guys of the arc as a vehicle to show how Kaido's wrong. Only Mihawk could survive that fall. I thought I was dead, man. I was like so convinced. I've died from like shorter falls, I think, in this game. So I don't know what happened. Oda's master hand. Yeah. I think that's all writers are master hand, you know? That's yo, what's up, Fuego? Yeah, I think all writers show the hand at some point, you know. It's really hard. I mean, one of the hardest parts of writing is to make it feel organic. Yeah. I have one, right? So, I think, you know, no writer is going to be perfect. No writer is going to always nail it. Always, you know, make the right decision. That would make the most sense. But I don't know. You would think that after 1,000 chapters, we wouldn't have another Pell, but then he did it with Kinemon. So I don't know if he just knows the complaints that people have and he just doesn't care, or if he truly feels like Kinemon should have survived that. I don't know. I really don't know what he has planned for the character, so. What's up, Speak? So how does he complete a character arc like Sakazuki? Does Kobe eventually jail him, fire him, dies? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think Kobe's the type to kill anyone. I think he would knock him out, maybe put him in jail, or he would,
I am the lord of all that is golden.
I don't know if he would just let him go, like fire him, but maybe he would find a place for him in his organization just as like a grunt, like put Akainu at the bottom of the ladder. I don't know. Yo, big W, thank you, Memphis. I wanted to die there so that I could do this. Memphis with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, bro.
You are my son.
Welcome to the members. Oh wait, I don't have the members video on this scene in my OBS. Hold on. Copy. There we go. Can I do it now? Thank you so much. Alright, now we're gonna actually beat this guy. Oh. Forgot about that move. have to learn how to fight this guy with a slow-ass weapon. Because every time I fought Godric, I had something speedy enough to get in and get out. This is kind of dangerous.
Tarnished, not unfit even to graft.
Jump attacks. Yeah, I want to stagger him. That'd be good. Just need a few attempts to relearn the moveset here. Get my responses to everything down. Ow. Fucking delayed attack, bro. Tried to roll that. Yep. Okay.
Not unfit even to graft.
Yeah, I just come into some bosses with like, I don't know, balls to the wall, like just trying to aggro them, and then they very quickly, in this game especially, they'll very quickly remind me that I can't do that. I have to be more patient, especially when I'm using an ultra great sword like this. Most of my runs, like my first runs especially, I do like claymore, so like great sword, but not as slow. This thing's fucking slow. No armor either. Can I just dodge roll? Is there a way to dodge roll sideways through these? I can't really. Hundreds of hours. Hey, man. I never said I was good. I just said I played a lot. Like the delay on his attacks is fucking me big time. Goodness. I tried. I love this cutscene. This cutscene is so good. It's so good. One of my favorites in any FromSoft game. Puts his arm in the fucking dragon head. So badass. What's my favorite Souls like? Bloodborne.
Truest of
It's close though.
dragons.
It's close. Sekiro is a close second, if you count that.
Lend me thy strength.
I have the most hours in Dark Souls 3, probably. Oh, you got Outer Wilds, Arku? Yes. Might be my favorite game of all time. I love that game. Thought I could run behind him. I was too slow. I was almost sure a stagger was coming. I'm so hyped for Shadow of the Erdtree. Same, bro. That's what this is for, actually. I'm trying to build up this character on stream with you guys, so that when Shadow of the Erdtree comes out, we can just take Mihawk and then go right into the DLC. I gotta figure out the dodge timing on that. Damn. I don't even need to grab these runes, man. It's fucking 300. What am I doing? Outer Wilds is fun, but there's no replayability at all. The magic is gone, but the first time it's awesome. But you know what? The Outer Wilds is one of those games, is one of the only games where I can say that and say that it's a benefit to the game because it's part of the message. Like, the whole point of the game, right, is like, well, I'm not gonna spoil. I can't spoil it on stream. I won't do that. But to all my gamers out there that have played the Outer Wilds, it's really hard without saying anything, but like, I think part of the message of the game is to experience. It's like some things can only be experienced once, you know? That's part of the beauty of the universe. Oh, that's not good. Come to the stairs, my friend. Come to the stairs. I can do jump attacks from here. Ooh, that's not good. That was such a good run, bro. And it's ruined by the fucking delayed, like, that's my biggest problem with Elden Ring is the delayed attacks. Like, you establish a rhythm, and then you break the rhythm. Yeah, my bad. You really got me there, Godric. Use my devil fruit. Mihawk doesn't have a devil fruit. Come on, man.
Not unfit even to craft.
Elden Ring for me is one of the few games I wish I could re-experience for the first time again. I agree. I wish I could play Elden Ring for the first time again. That first run through of the game was magical, truly. But you know what I do with games that like I really want to play for the first time again? The closest thing to me is not playing the game, like purposefully not playing the game for like a year or two, and then going back to it. Like once you've forgotten enough where you can enjoy it again. Or like, I mean, you can always enjoy it, but like, you know what I mean. Color of Vigor. This is a new type of hockey. Just sad to see that again. He almost pulled that same trick on me twice. Not gonna happen, buddy. No. Ugh. This is killing me. This is killing me, man. I'm doing some dumb shit too. It's not helping that I'm getting greedy. Oh no! It buffered my heavy attack. Whoa! Where did you get that move from? Dude, you gotta stop swinging. Yo, thanks, Zach. I'm trying to do a mix of One Piece and video game content. So. Ooh, that was close. Fuck you. Did I see Gintama's author's message to Toriyama? No, I haven't seen it. I saw Kubo's, I saw Kishimoto's, I saw Oda's. Yo, what? Okay. Did I beat this game earlier? Which weapons did I use? I beat this game with a claymore. I beat this game with a mage, and I did a holy build with the scythe. Those are like my 3 actual completed runs. Unfortunate. Okay. That sucks. Bro. Alright. I can beat it without the Blasphemous Blade and the Black Flame Tornado. I can't beat it without the Blasphemous Blade and the Black Flame Tornado. Remind me which one the Blasphemous Blade is. Is that what what's his name uses? One of the last bosses? Is that Malekith's sword? I imagine it's probably not, unless you get that really late, right? Rykard? Yeah. Makes sense, yeah. How do you get that early, though? Do you get that, like, at the beginning of the run? How do you rely on that? Because Rykard's pretty late in the game. Is there a way to get that early or some shit? Oh my goodness, man. This is rough. This is giving me a hard time. I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten pretty close a couple times and I just keep getting like hit by some, I don't know, I get like trapped by some combo. And I don't exactly have fast attack options, so I kind of gotta commit to everything. I'm locking in right now. This is the run, guys. No. You'd think I'd learn. You'd think I'd learn. You go to some woman in Liurnia, the lake, she gives you an invitation. Oh, that's actually pretty early, right? Because that's like right after this. What's up, Shinobi? I'm trying to get out of the way, but like, I just feel like I'm getting tracked. I don't know. Most OP weapon I think might be Malekith's Black Blade, which Mimic Tier can, even Moog was killed in like 20 seconds. Really? Damn. What's so broken about it that it can kill Moog in 20 seconds though with Mimic Tier? I honestly, I'm going to try and avoid using it this run. There's a couple bosses I might want a Mimic Tier on, but Mimic Tier is kind of busted in general. But I feel like if I'm playing Mihawk, like Mihawk would a Mimic Tier, you know? run. Where's the stagger, bro? Is it because I staggered him just before initiating the second phase? Every other time I've done a fully charged heavy attack on him while he's doing the fire at the beginning, I've staggered him. Just for anyone that's wondering why I did that, because I fully anticipated getting a stagger. Have a good time at the gym, Shinobi. Thanks for pulling up. Yeah, I'm trying to bait that out of him. I knew he was going to do that. He one-shots me if I'm below like 80%. All right, let's run it. I get stun locked. I get stun locked by the first one. I can't move out of it. I'm just like spamming A, like trying to jump. Just finished my Dark Souls 3 level 1 run. Damn, nice, man. I can't do that shit. I'm not good enough to do level 1 runs. That was a weird attack. Oh, please. Fuck you, man. Fucking swords in the ground. Just. Why? That was what I didn't want to do, was be in the range of his... Damn, man. You're doing that a lot instead of the little... Nope, get out of there. He's got me scared right now. Like, what the fuck do I do there? Like, I don't understand. Once I get hit by the first fire, like, what am I supposed to do? I feel like that's killed me so many times. Is just getting caught by that little flame breath, aim it at the ground, walk towards you. My back was to the wall. What do I, like, what? I gotta stop double tapping heavy attack, man. Keep buffering it. Late game to mimic hockey, maybe Vike's enchantment on the sword. Ooh, I could go with something like that. I want to find the sword that's most similar. Oh, that's bad. Ah, no! Every time with the dragon arm sweep. Holy, I'm sorry guys. This is fucking kicking my ass. I cannot beat this guy. If I switch weapons, I could probably do it, I feel like, but I don't know if this great sword is going to be the move. This is so brutal with a slow-ass weapon. I might have to break character here. Yeah, I could go for like a hockey type build. Fuck, man. We have an ice dweller in the chat. An ice dweller. That's unfortunate. He has attacks in the second phase that like to stun lock you into getting hit by another attack. And you just end up losing your whole health bar for it. Doing. trying, guys. Couldn't ask for a better bedtime stream. I hope you enjoy watching me fail to Godric as you go to your dreams. I really don't know, man. I don't know what it is with this fight. I always remembered this fight being easier than Margit, but I beat Margit second try on this run, and I am having the worst time with Godric. And I think it was like the opposite my first time. Like, I think when I first played Elden Ring, I had this much trouble with Margit, but then when I got to Godric, I like busted him like 2-3 tries. It's like I don't know, I never remember him giving me this much trouble. Damn it, man. No! Yeah, keep doing that move. I love that move. I don't like this one. Oh, GG.
I am the Lord of all that is golden. And one day
I'll be honest, I did not even beat him. I just got really good RNG on his moves. He was doing the same easily punishable moves over and over. That run, I got very lucky. He kept doing the charge up eruption move. Oh man. Yo, thank you guys. Thank you for sitting through, what was that, like an hour of Godric? Thank you. Thank you. We're here. We did it. Fuck. That was so unnecessarily like hard for me. I don't know why. Effortless. Is the grape here? Is it out in the courtyard? I have to get it for our maiden. Although, I think last stream we decided that Mihawk is kind of an incel, so like his behavior would like match that, but further down in the courtyard. No, further down, not in the courtyard. Gotcha. Oh, this game's so fun. It's very, it's frustrating sometimes, but, you know, it's one of those games that's very good at balancing the frustration with the satisfaction that you get after beating the frustrating part. There we go. Please take my grapes. Yeah, there's some games that are like frustratingly hard, but they make you not want to play because of how hard they are. And then there's games like this where it kicks my ass, but I can't help but just keep running back into the boss room every time. I cannot help it. Oh man, this is the best Vista. This is a top 10 Vista in all of video games. Just look at that, guys. Look at this shit, man. When I first saw this, when I got Elden Ring, holy, I lost my mind. It's incredible. It's so gorgeous. Game of the year. But what was I saying? Yeah, this game I can't help but keep running back into to get my ass kicked every time. Because when I beat it, it feels so good. There's a few fights that don't feel that good, like Melania. I thought that fight was not even satisfying to beat. Like when I finally beat her, I was like, "Yep, never doing this again. I'm good. I'm able to say I did it, and that's enough." Mihawk isn't involuntarily celibate, he's just above those things. That's what he says. I don't know how much I believe that, though. A real swordsman has to master the biological blade. That is so fried. Good. Alright. Yeah, that's true. I guess that's what Zoro was doing in Wano with Hiyori. When they were in Ringo, they were sleeping in the shed. I think he was mastering the biological blade there.
You're Tane. Then, believe it or not, for a... Well, you're a true... My name, presuming you're only... Apologies, I'm afraid my...
What, you guys don't like the biological blade line? I think it's genius. I'm gonna start using that. Whoa, what? What killed me? Is it just that skull? That was a lot of damage. That was insane. That was like all my health. My biological blade be like Sephiroth for real. I have to walk. It's very hard for me to turn tight corners in hallways. That's all I can say. Yeah, I got the warming stone. Never forget Sanji got the bigger dinosaur. I don't think so, man. Zoro's is slightly bigger. What do you think about that, though? Let's be honest for a second. Let's talk about this memes aside. Do you think that Oda putting the two dinosaurs, like that whole Dory and Bragi dynamic with Zoro and Sanji, do you think that's Oda saying that they're equal in strength? Because Dory and Bragi were equal in strength. Right? Like, that's one of the arguments I've heard for Zoro and Sanji being equal that I actually can see being a decent argument, right? Like, what do you think? What do you chalk that up to? Should have compared by mass. Well, yeah, if they had if they had dinosaur-sized scales. Doesn't matter if Viz gets his name wrong. I'll never understand why they do that, man. It is supposed to be Zoro, right? Like, that's not, like, where did they get the Zolo thing from? Like, I could have forgiven it maybe in the beginning, but they still do it. That's the funny part, right? Is it so tell me this. Does anyone who reads the Viz, can you confirm? In the Viz, do they write it as Lolanoa or Roranoa with R's? Because if they write it with the R, but they write Zolo with like the L, that is really stupid. Because the origin of Zoro's name is Francois Lolonoa, right? Or, well, that's not how you say it, but I'm saying it with emphasis to match Zoro's name. Lolonoa is the name, but Francois Lolonoa with the L's, right? So the name basis for Zoro actually comes from a guy whose name used L's instead of R's. So that's a case of where they actually should change the R to L in English. But if they really wanted to, they would have a reason to do that. But Zoro presumably comes from the fucking swordsman Zoro, who's spelled with R, the letter R. So why would they change that to an L but not his last name, right? Like, makes no sense. Oh, so they do keep it, yeah. Oh, copyright laws are a bitch. Is it because of copyright laws? Is that why? So, like, if I named my kid Zoro, would I get sued? Like, how does that even work? You can name your character, like, it's just a name. I don't know why people are... I mean, I guess... I don't know, can you... Would copyright laws prevent me for, like, if I wrote my book and I named my main character Luffy, would copyright laws, like, screw me there? Would I not be able to do that? Yo, thanks, Logan. I'm glad you're enjoying the music. I think you're the one that asked me about the soundtrack, right?
You're new. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Your money's as good as anyone else's. Why don't you...
Oh, I didn't forget
take a
the
look at
Recon's
my
Reverie exit.
wares? Oh, but don't ask me how I got my hands.
How could I forget it? The Zoro fanbase wouldn't Wouldn't leave me alone after that. If I remember correctly, if Luffy is copyrighted, then yeah, you aren't allowed. Interesting. You can't name your character Pikachu. Huh. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. It's a weird line, though, right? That's a weird boundary, because it's like... Like, Pikachu I get, because it's like the name of a species of creature in a fictional story. Pikachu I can understand. But, like, for example... Mario? You can't copyright Mario as a name for your character. Because Mario is an actual name. Like, that's just a normal name. Zorro, I'm pretty sure, means fox. Doesn't it? Doesn't it mean fox in, like, Italian or Spanish? So... Like, it's the name of a creature. Like, you can use that as... Like, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. You could use Mario if you really wanted to. You could name your character Mario. You probably can't name your character Super Mario. But you could definitely name him Mario. Like, I don't... Like, it's a weird line. Like, why are some things copyrightable as names, but others aren't? I guess maybe the contingent factor is, like, whether or not they can be reasonably said to be a common name. Yo, talk to you later, Dexter. Peace out, man. Yo, did we get Godric? Yeah, we did. We cooked his ass. First try. Actually, canonically, his name is Mario. That's true. I wonder, is that canon? Has Shiggy ever, like, acknowledged that as canon? I would love to know. If the original Mario live action movie, does that count? Mario and Luigi Mario is their full names? Like, that'd be hilarious. You know that in the Archie comics, Sonic, there's like a line where Sonic says that his, Sonic the Hedgehog, I mean, says his middle name is Maurice. So his full name, according to the comics, his full name is Sonic Maurice Hedgehog. like, is that canon? I need to know. I need to know, man.
Now those are half a challenge, fine and well.
I'll say this. I fucking love when characters have, like, some whack-ass middle name and it's, like, part of the lore. Sonic Maurice Hedgehog. Fucking, what is Yoshi? Yoshi has a middle name, too. Yoshi. Full name. Yeah. So, apparently, I don't know if you guys know this. Apparently, Yoshi's full name is T. Yoshisaur Munchakoopas. That's his full name. T. Yoshisaur Munchakoopas. Yoshi is his nickname. Did you know that? Like, I love that. I personally love that shit. I think that's fucking hilarious. That's canon, by the way. It's apparently from a Nintendo reference book in the 1993 Nintendo character manual, and a page in the book puts Yoshi and lists him there as T. Yoshisaur Munchakoopas. And apparently the entire race of Yoshis, they're not called Yoshis. They're actually called Yoshisaurs. That's apparently, like, what they're... I don't know, according to this book. Like, damn, man. It's like if my last name was Cockroach Eater. Like, yo, like... He's named after his diet. That's crazy.
Great champion. Perhaps you doing so will grant. And you, do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is
Me naming my ass Zach Burger Pizza.
I understand. You did.
You know Captain Falcon? You know what Captain Falcon's full name is? He has a full name too. Captain Falcon's full name is Douglas J. Falcon. I fucking love that. Sometimes I'll be playing Melee and I'll pick Captain Falcon and I'll refer to him as Douglas J. And people don't know what I'm talking about. I love that shit, man.
Rod, isn't this place a round table hole? I never knew, although I'm still looking. It's all I'm still looking.
Back all no matter.
What can I sell something to get another upgrade? I don't have any runes. I could use that. I'm not gonna use this set of runes actually to make a weapon. Hold on, let me look this up because I know you can make rings with this too. Remembrance of the grafted. What can I make with this? I don't want the weapon. Oh, it's probably... It's the arm, right? Axe of Godric or the Grafted Dragon. I don't want either of those.
Back all no matter.
Can I talk to you about Roderick?
She's but she has a sword in her eye.
It's been forever since I watched DBZ Abridged. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to go back. I know a lot of people that experienced Dragon Ball only through the abridged version, which I think is interesting. They didn't even watch the whole show. They watched the abridged. Oh, killer. I'm back. Oh, all out, huh? Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. We got our revenge. For those who were here last stream, this guy was kicking my ass. I had to come back and teach him a lesson. Mad Tongue, what it do? Fun fact, Elden Ring and the other Souls games were inspired by Berserk. Yep, that is true. Actually, it was Dark Souls that got me to read Berserk, because when I played, I remember playing through the Artorias of the Abyss DLC, and I didn't hear the end of it. Like, people were saying, like, oh, this is like, you know, a reference to Guts and to reference to Berserk. It's like really cool. I saw the manga panel comparisons of like the pinwheel skeletons and stuff. And then I was like, oh, you're telling me there's a manga that's like Dark Souls? Okay. And then I read Berserk, and then obviously Berserk came first, but for me, I experienced Dark Souls first, and then checked out Berserk. It was awesome. I fucking love Berserk, but unfortunately, it will never get that ending. Amazing story though. Rest in peace, Miura. Dude is a beast.
You've done well. I interpret. Let's then. Great anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has taken its toll. Across
Struggle, endure, contend, for that alone is the sword of one who defies death. That's a fucking banger.
foul curses. And
Crazy how Toriyama will
misery
never get to see how
spread.
One Piece ends. Yeah, that
And
makes
a
me
bit
sad.
of the Kratos,
I'm sure that Oda.
brave tarnished.
I'm sure that part of Oda's motivation to finish One Piece is to like, is for all of his colleagues and the people he looks up to like see his complete work. So I do feel bad. I feel bad for Oda that because he probably, I mean, he looks up to Toriyama a lot. So. Do I want... I don't really need any of these. Memory slots, I don't need. That quote is my tattoo below Guts' sword. That's fucking badass, man. I respect that you got a Berserk tattoo that isn't the brand of sacrifice. Not that I have anything against you getting that as a tattoo. I've seen it a lot of times. I think it's cool. It's just that it's like if anyone gets a Berserk tattoo, it's always the brand of sacrifice. But I appreciate when people get other things from Berserk as a tattoo. They get more creative with it, you know. But you know, I'm not roasting if you have that. I think it's still cool. It works. I mean, it's like one of the things in like manga that works as a tattoo by its very nature, because like the way it's implemented in the story. Did you see that list pointing out how mangaka have a lower life expectancy on average? I didn't see the list, but I mean, I completely believe that. But it's not just mangaka, it's work culture in Japan in general. Like the average person, especially artists or people that work in like studios that have a high volume of output with like whatever their work is, whether it's animation, whether it's making manga, whether it's making music, they live very, very difficult lives. It's constant work, man. Like that, you never get a chance to relax. And also think about it this way: a lot of the famous mangaka who have health issues typically also have long-running series, which means that they have to constantly be releasing chapters for like their lifetime. Basically, they're spending their entire life, chapter after chapter, making the story. And that's one of the differences between Western comics and manga, is that oftentimes with Western comics you'll have teams of people that work on stuff. You'll have one like issue of a comic, or like not, I don't know what the word is, but like an arc, right? Like you'll have like one series, like The Killing Joke, or like fucking Injustice or something, and those will be written by like, you know, a guy, but he'll only write that series. Like not all of Batman or all of Superman is written by one person, but in Japan with manga, it's almost always just one guy drawing the whole manga. Yeah, he'll have a team, he'll have his editors, he'll have people fill and maybe do the background art, but for the most part it's like one creator, one vision, and they stick their story through start to finish. And we don't get that as much in the West, which is why you don't hear about this with Western comics, because they're a little bit more designed by committee and passed around between authors. But you're not gonna, there's not many Toriyama to Toyotaro situations in manga. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think I actually like manga more because of the fact that it's one person's vision, so it's not going to be changed or corrupted by like a bad writer. you know? Like, you'll have Western comics where, like, you know, you'll read 2 different Spider-Man comics. One is really good, and the other is dog shit. And it depends completely on the writer, their art style. There's, like, a few factors. You know, they'll have conflicting visions for the same character. But, with manga, the vision stays consistent because it's the same mind behind the beginning and end. Or behind each arc, you know? Where's the map? Whenever I'm out of combat, they're not letting me leave combat. Alright. Have I ever seen Baki? I've seen some of it. I know it's a crazy, it's a crazy ass story, for sure. From what I've seen, Baki looks cool. I think I would enjoy it if I like sat down and gave it a read. I will say, guys, though, the next manga I'm starting, I said it on Twitter, but I'll make the announcement here. I'm starting JJK soon. I'm going to give it an actual read-through soon. I might even start tonight. We'll see. I was saying that as soon as I got this Kobe video out, I was going to hunker down and try reading JJK and getting into it. So that's the next thing on my list right now. Currently reading Blue Lock. I've heard good things. Have I checked out Solo Leveling? It doesn't look like it'll appeal to me, I'll be honest. Solo Leveling seems like, it just seems like a variation on the isekai genre. And to be honest, I'm not a huge isekai guy. Like, just taking like some dork from reality and putting him in a fantasy situation where he's just a beast all of a sudden and everyone likes him. I just think it's a really lame, tired out genre. I don't know if that's totally applicable to Solo Leveling. Obviously I haven't read it, so I don't want to be unfair to the series, but another thing about it that turns me off just from like looking at it is, to me, I don't know if you guys are different. It's fine. You know, we have different opinions. But, I really don't like when people put video game mechanics into anime or manga or any storytelling. When it's like, oh, you beat this guy. You got 100 XP. You just leveled up. Like in a fucking manga. Like, if I wanted to play a video game, I'd play a video game. Like, if I want to see a character grow, please don't quantify it to me in experience points. Like, have them actually train and do something to show me that they're, like, stronger or improving, like the real world. I don't like the idea of leveling up in a literal sense in anime and shit like that. Greed Island is why Hidden hates Hunter x Hunter. Actually, it's Chimera Ant. But Greed Island, I actually didn't dislike Greed Island that much. But that's because it's a little bit more contextualized. I don't know. I will say I didn't love Greed Island. The villain, Genthru, I think his name was. I didn't care for him. Bisky was cool. I actually like Bisky. But yeah, Greed Island was. I don't hate Hunter x Hunter. That's not true. As a matter of fact, Heaven's Arena, I think that's the arc, right? That is one of the coolest shonen arcs ever, in my opinion. What the? Oh, you're... Okay. Yeah, I really like... So for me, my feelings on Hunter x Hunter are very mixed. There's parts of Hunter x Hunter I love, like I love to death. And there's parts of it that drive me nuts. I feel like in Hunter x Hunter sometimes Togashi tries to like write his story in a way that's like, look, I'm defying the expectations of the shonen genre. But it just sometimes doesn't really feel like it's doing so to be sad, like for good storytelling. It's just doing so more so to like set itself apart from shonen. I think the power system of Nen is, it's cool how detailed it is, but then you have some, I don't know, just like it just feels like it convolutes certain things. Like with what's his name, Saraidnik, I think is his name. Like, I don't know, man. It's like Hunter x Hunter is so weird because I like it and dislike things about, like, there's things about it I like, but they'll also lead me to dislike certain things about the story. So I didn't take damage. Hidden, you realize he started it before the shonen genre even had a lot of expectations, right? Sure, but he also wrote Yu Yu Hakusho, which is like a much more standard shonen. So he knew what he was doing. Like... Damn, man. To be fair, Hunter x Hunter is foundational to a bunch of modern shonen. Sure. I would say that a lot of what Hunter x Hunter does for shonen, Yu Yu Hakusho did better. But that's a conversation for another day. I could go on about that. If I had to rank it in my personal, like if I had to give it a number, I don't like really giving things a number out of 10. But if I had to rank Hunter x Hunter out of 10, I would probably give it like a hard 7, soft 8. That's my honest feeling about it. The arcs are super hit or miss for me. There'll be arcs that are like, oh, I love this. This is awesome. Like the Hunter exams, awesome. Heaven's Arena, awesome. Greed Island, not great. Phantom Troop, wasn't in love with it. I'll be honest, I did not care much for the Phantom Troop. Chimera Ant, there's parts where it really drags. I don't know, man. But that's the thing, right? Because there's like some really high points in all the arcs that I just said I wasn't a huge fan of. They still have really high points in them, so it makes it hard for me to say this is like bad or not good. Like I don't think so. I think there's good in every arc of Hunter x Hunter. It's just that some of them really didn't hit home for me. Phantom Troop arc really didn't do it for me. Didn't care much for how it ended. Succession War is straight up boring, like... So, it's interesting you bring that up, Ray, because Krapka was the best part of that arc, but I don't like... I feel like like after that arc, he was such a restricted character, like because of the vow or whatever. Like he got restricted pretty hard after that. I mean, I guess that's part of it, right? Like it's part of his commitment to getting revenge. Like that's the point. I get it, but
Oh, well, it's me. Patches the Untethered. I'm still in business, if you can believe it. Now I'm my only supplier, so I haven't got much. But everything here is top notch. Patches. By the way, have you met that girl, Raya? She's a strange one, but I believe she was. Not that it's. If she rings your bell.
what do you got, Patches? Margit Shackle, huh? I don't need that now. I never needed that. Let's be real.
Cheers for that.
I also have a little bit of bias against... this is my last statement about Hunter x Hunter. I have a little bit of bias. This is not a valid criticism. Don't take it as a real criticism. A little bit of bias because I fucking love Yu Yu Hakusho so much. It might be my second favorite shonen after One Piece. And the ending to Yu Yu Hakusho is so rushed and ass. Complete ass. And I don't know if this is true, but I know that Togashi put out a letter basically. After he wrote the ending, he was like, he wrote a letter apologizing to all of the fans of Yu Yu Hakusho and was like, hey guys, I know you guys really love this series. I'm sorry, I know the ending is not good, but to be honest, I just didn't want to write it anymore. And I just want to move on to other things. And then he made Hunter x Hunter. So, for me, look, I don't want to be entitled and be like, oh, I deserve a proper ending to this manga. But, like, I'm kind of one of those guys where I just feel like if you start something, especially something that becomes that popular, you got to finish it, man. Like, when you get people invested in your story, if you're a storyteller and you get people invested in your story, you should try and finish that story. Like, that's your job as a storyteller, is to properly finish the story. I don't care about, like, in terms of, like, me being a fan. I still respect the guy. I'm not gonna, like, I'm not gonna talk shit about him because he didn't finish it properly. But, like, you're a storyteller, dude. Like, just saying that you don't feel like finishing it, or, like, you don't feel like working on it anymore, it's just such a letdown, because it's like, why did I invest all this time into getting into your world and the story you built if you're just gonna be like, yeah, I don't care anymore, I'm just moving on to the next thing. Well, then how do I have confidence in the next thing that you make that you're not going to just do the same thing for that? Like, how do I know that the next manga you make, you're not just going to walk away from that when you get tired of it? And look, Hunter x Hunter is probably not going to get an ending at this rate, so... I mean, point proven, right? Like... That put me off, because I go into Hunter x Hunter with the feeling like, okay, well, if he's succeeding Yu Yu with this has to be his, like, ultimate vision. Like, he wants to make this magnum opus. This is gonna cook. And I'll be honest, not a single arc in Hunter x Hunter topped Dark Tournament or Chapter Black. Neither one. Dark Tournament and Chapter Black are two of my favorite arcs in Shonen, and nothing in Hunter x Hunter topped either of those arcs. So... it's like, I just feel like I got robbed. Like, I feel like I got robbed of one of the sickest, potentially sickest shonens ever made, so that Hunter x Hunter could exist. And I don't love Hunter x Hunter as much, so... But like I said, guys, that's not a real criticism of Hunter x Hunter itself, nor am I really, like, trying to take a rip on, like, you know, I'm not trying to rip on Togashi, but halfway I am. Like, you know, I just feel like that's one of the reasons I respect Oda so much, right? I respect Oda because Oda didn't just say, oh, screw it, we're just gonna move on to another series. One Piece is too long, I'm tired of it. like Oda didn't do that. He works on it consistently. He's been doing it for decades now, and he's gonna finish. Presumably, he's gonna finish the story. Like I can only hope that he finishes the story, or he lives to write the ending. I'm praying. Unfortunately, Hunter x Hunter is less likely to have an ending than One Piece. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame because you know, Hunter x Hunter fans are going through what I had to go through with Yu Yu Hakusho. Except the difference is, at least, you know, there's people willing to continue Hunter x Hunter in Togashi's place. But with Yu Yu Hakusho, it has a definitive ending. Like, it got an ending. And the ending is not good. So, like, it's forever locked in now. It'll always, like, the demon tournament had the most insane potential. I can't stress enough how much potential was in the final tournament of Yu Yu Hakusho. All the character setups, the different sides. Oh my goodness. Yomi? Bro. The God Key? Like all that, like... I can't get around this guy. Yeah, AJ. For real, man. There was that was the setup. That whole arc was the setup of the century. And it ends like that. Like no payoff. Like that arc is 90% build up. And then like 9% just like extra like shit, like just, you know, fights, and then the payoff is almost non-existent. Alright, this guy's gonna try and... Togashi had a bitch in his ear saying "Yo, daddy" jokes. I will say that final arc with the whole Yusuke's... Well, I'm not... In case people haven't read Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm gonna stray from saying anything, just like spoiler-wise. I can talk One Piece spoilers in here because this is a One Piece channel. I expect everyone to be caught up, but I hesitate when talking about other manga because I don't know who has seen it and who hasn't, who wants to see it, you know. Where was it? Like here, I think. His editors say he's like Gojo, hella ego and arrogant. Really? I didn't know that. Moog, I do get what you mean. You can't really judge it like based on just like their work, but yeah, I do get what you mean. I probably got an extra flask charge. I did get a golden seed recently. Who Gege is most like? Are you talking about Gege or Togashi? A lot of time their art does reveal a lot about him. Look, you didn't hear it from me, but from conversations I've had with Japanese manga readers, I've heard that their impression of Togashi is that he's a little bit lazy, and he's kind of resting on his laurels a little bit. That's what I've heard. Like the whole hiatus thing that he's been doing for a long time. From what I heard, it's just that, you know, he's very rich already. His wife is the author of Sailor Moon, so she's even more rich than him. They are loaded. They're like probably some of the richest mangaka in Japan, period. And from what I've heard, that, you know, some Japanese people's impression of him is that he's just kind of, you know, he's got his money now, so he doesn't really feel the need to like work as much anymore on the manga, which I guess is fair. But once again, we're back to the conversation about, you know, finishing what you started as a storyteller. Like, if your goal is to write a story just to get enough money, and then once you get enough money, you don't care about writing the story anymore, I think that's worthy of criticism. Oh, I mean, I'm not doubting the veracity of like his health statements, but you know, he's been on and off drawing for a while. He's been on hiatus for a long time. I don't know if it's all back pain. Why does he hate Gojo? I mean, I haven't read JJK, so... yet. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Too broken for his own good. Yeah, I thought I remembered this dragon being able to one-shot if like at this point in the game. It's just how infinity works. Yeah, I know about the infinity powers. I mean, I always wondered, like... because I see that argument on Twitter pop up all the time. They're like, who could beat Gojo? Can this character beat Gojo? And, I don't know. That infinity shit sounds unbeatable, as far as I can tell. Sai had a spoiler in his like video title? I thought Sai was like one of the good ones with spoilers. Like he talks spoilers and stuff, but he always keeps it under wraps as far as I can tell. At least with One Piece, I've never seen him display spoilers on a video title or thumbnail. Oh, I forgot how much I hated this place. Oh, this is gonna be miserable with an ultra great sword. Oh no. Yikes. Oh, you have video previews of sound on your phone. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. GLR thumbnail title spoiled me on Gear 5 when it happened. Shocker. that it's funny because that was like I think a lot of people's exposure to Gear 5 was through him and a couple other people's thumbnails. The day those chapters dropped, Gear 5 Luffy was on every fucking thumbnail, man. I'd never seen anything like it. But, you know, thankfully, we're past the era of a new gear being announced, so we won't probably have that ever happen again, but that broke the internet for like 3 days straight. He's much better now. He's much better now. I've seen him backtrack on like his, because he used to be a lot more adamant about not putting spoilers in your videos and stuff, and that's what I used to get on his case about, like why are you backtracking on arguments that you made an entire video, like he made a video like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, calling out other YouTubers for putting spoilers in their titles and thumbnails, and then he proceeded to do the same thing, and then when people brought up this like hypocrisy, he was like, oh, you know, I've changed my opinion. And it's like, so what made you change your opinion? Because all the points you outlined in that video, you know, they made sense. And it's like, that I didn't agree with. I wasn't cool with that. But ever since, I think last year, he's definitely realized that people like take more issue with it than he thought they would, and he's cooled it, which I respect. I don't have a problem with people doing shit that upsets me as long as they, you know, if it's wrong, if it's genuinely something wrong that they shouldn't be doing and they recognize that and change it, then, you know, that, to me, that's respectable. I think that's how all people should be. You know, it's okay to make mistakes as long as you recognize when you're doing something that affects other people negatively and you just change your behavior. I'm still holding out hope for Top Gear. Maybe Gear 5 isn't the limit and he goes Top Gear at the end of the story. I would love that. That in my opinion, that's a much cooler name than Gear 5. Like whatever the limit is for the gears, gotta call it Top Gear. That shit's so badass. Like, gear shift. I mean, he already does gear shift basically. He just picks different gears. Gear reverse. I remember seeing people talk about gear reverse. What do you guys think a gear reverse would look like? Or reverse gear. Luffy turns into a baby. A baby that can't stop crying. He gives all of his opponents postpartum depression. That'd be crazy. That'd be broken. Who's my favorite Elden Ring boss? Malekith for me easily. I don't like Malekith. That guy is, he has some broken hitboxes. But, I like his design. His design is awesome. But I don't know if I love the actual fight itself. Favorite Elden Ring boss? I don't know, man. Probably Margit. Probably Margit. Or Godfrey. I like Godfrey. Horalu, yeah. Actually, the Horalu half of the fight I like less than the normal Godfrey fight. Sometimes you guys ever get the feeling like you want to go back to a time before Gear 5 existed, and like we were all still theorizing about what Gear 5 was going to be? Am I the only one that misses that shit? I miss that, man. I really miss that time. Like, now that we got Gear 5, I love Gear 5. I really love Gear 5. It's amazing. It's such a good power-up. It's grown on me so much. It fits the themes. But there was something magical about having only Gear 4 and we knew Gear 5 was gonna happen. Like, we knew it was gonna happen. But we didn't know what it was gonna be. I missed that time. I really missed that time, man. Yeah. It was a good time. Didn't know. We were just like, well, there's 5 gears in a car, so he's gonna have to have a 5th gear. Wonder what that power is gonna be. It's gotta be insane. Everyone had all these ideas. That was cool. Yeah, I agree, Moog. I mean, it's fun to think about the different types of, like, attacks that he could do with Gear 5. Like, the possibilities are endless, right? But there's a difference between attacks and, like, a transformation. Like, the hype level on attacks versus transformation is totally different to me. A character actually transforming, and honestly, we can thank Toriyama for that. He's pretty much the one that made that such an event of manga, is to have your character do some sick transformation. But like that, there's something about the hype of like a character transforming that you just don't, nothing else can replicate it. That's true. That's true. You're right about that, Chaozu. I'm gonna be saying the same shit about the One Piece itself, right? Like one day we're gonna know what the One Piece is, and the magic of wondering is gonna be completely gone. Just think about that, guys. I don't mean to depress you with these thoughts, but there's gonna be a day at some point in the future where we'll be reading One Piece, and overnight, in a 24-hour span, we're gonna go from knowing nothing about what the One Piece is to knowing the whole thing. Right? Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, you're gonna wake up one morning and then read the chapter, and you're gonna know what the One Piece is all of a sudden. You're gonna go from not knowing the biggest mystery in the entire story to knowing it all at once. The magic will instantly be it'll be disappeared. It'll go away instantly. That must be a lot of pressure as a writer to live up to people's hype and expectations in a way that doesn't just leave people disappointed. I gotta wonder. It makes you wonder what the One Piece is, bro. Like, what could it be? What could it be that Oda has been hiding it all this time, and he knows he's gonna drop it, it's gonna blow our minds, and then we're gonna know forever. We're gonna know what it is forever, and we're gonna have to be satisfied with what it is. That's gotta be some insane pressure. If I was a writer, I don't know if I'd be able to live up to that expectation. In a way, I almost feel like it's impossible. Because when you have people imagining anything and everything, and you build up like such a resume for this magical thing, it's almost inevitable that it's going to not meet the expectations that people built up over the years. Andreas like says nothing. I think he's like said nothing the whole stream, and I fucking kill the pot, and he's just like, Alexander, no! He's like, my bad, man. He came at me first. That's like, you know, that's not my fault. Don't get tight at me, dude. What if the One Piece is like, what if it's like a wish? What if it's just like a free wish? Like it's an item that uses the dreams of everybody to grant humanity. Oh wait, hold on. Might be cooking something here. Wait a second, guys. If devil fruits are made, if Vegapunk's correct about his theory that devil fruit powers are a future that humanity envisioned, what if all those different realities that someone envisioned for the future where people could be X, Y, or Z, what if those are different timelines where when someone found the One Piece, and if the One Piece is like a wish or something that allows you to wish, every different devil fruit power is from a timeline or a world where someone wished for a certain thing. So in one timeline, a person made a wish that, oh, I want to be able to fly like a bird, or I want to be able to turn into fire, or I want to be able to stretch like rubber. And that timeline was a future for humanity that someone wished for. And all the different devil fruit powers are from all the different futures that someone used the One Piece to create. What if the One Piece is the vehicle that created those futures that humanity envisioned. And then it's going to be up to Luffy to wish for his reality. And that's where his dream comes in. Am I cooking with that? I don't know. You tell me, am I cooking with that one? Before we fight the red dog of Radagon with like 0 healing and I get killed in like 2 hits? Like, you know how when Luffy said, that's my dream, that's at the end of my dream, and it was like, oh, but you have to become Pirate King first before we can do that. Maybe that's what that means. Sounds like Dragon Ball. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I just have Dragon Ball on the mind. Nice. Akainu just cooked my ass. Yeah, I mean, if we wait all that time just to find out that the One Piece is basically just finding the 7 Dragon Balls, that's it. Did my game crash? It crashed. All right, let's relaunch. Wow. It's just like Akainu to fucking one-shot me and then crash my game. That's in character. That's in character right there. What an asshole. Are you kidding me? Yeah, lore accurate. Poneglyphs of the Dragon Radar. I don't think it's going to be that Moog. That would be disappointing, but I doubt it. Okay. I was like, did they just send me back to the beginning? Okay. Alright, we're good. That was weird. I feel like the One Piece could make Luffy's dream come true. It really depends, though. I wish I knew what Luffy's dream was. It would probably inform some degree of what the One Piece could be. Damn, man, I gotta stop getting hit by those. That's just instant death. Was I not two-handing the weapon? I didn't notice. I was before, but then my game crashed. I don't know if it made it one-handed again. Might have just not saved. That's an interesting twist on it, Chaozu. It's not necessarily a wish, but the One Piece is an item that becomes whatever the person who finds it most desires. Wow, this is gonna be a little tough with a slow-ass weapon. Ultra Great Sword. Ultra Great Sword runs. I have some newfound respect for people that play the whole game like this, because this is rough. Yo, what's up, Esteban? Question is why that item would exist or behave that way. It could exist that way or behave that way because of the same reason that devil fruits are able to like tap into different realities. You know, maybe whatever magic is behind that is also behind the One Piece being able to... Oh, shit. If it's powered by dreams, like if dreams are an energy source or something, maybe that same energy source allows the item to manipulate its... what it is, you know? This is obviously not the most well thought out theory, but it's the makings of something. There's a little bit of, you know, something there. Yeah, it does need to tie into everything. I mean, I chunked the shit out of this boss, though. I just need to get a hang of the patterns, and I'm cooking them. Do you think we get the Void Century flashback after or before the reveal of the One Piece? I think it's during the reveal of the One Piece, actually. It's kind of a trick answer, but the way I think it's going to play out, this is purely based on the Odin flashback with Roger. When Roger... when they had the One Piece in front of them, Roger said, "Oh, Joy Boy, you know, what an amazing life you lived. I wish I could have been there to see it," or whatever, some variation of that. The way I take that is, when they have the One Piece in front of them, the history is going to also come with it. You know, maybe on a final poneglyph, or maybe the message or the story is part of the One Piece. And in that case, then I think what's going to happen is they're going to look at the One Piece, and maybe they'll, like Luffy and the Straw Hats will see it before we do. And then, I'm sorry, it's hard to multitask. Luffy and the Straw Hats will see it before we do. And then, while they're looking at it, we get the flashback of the Void Century. We get the whole story, and then once the story is completed, we have to come to a conclusion about it the same way the Straw Hats do at that moment. And then we, all at the same time, we see the One Piece in front of us, and then the whole flashback and the history all comes together with this one item, this treasure. That's a really shitty place to drop my runes. Okay. Panty X asked, on April 4th, our solar system aligns its planets in a straight line. Do you think Goda prepared for this fact to match up the summoning of the Gorosei? I think it was a happy coincidence, and what I think might have happened is Oda was planning to have the Gorosei come, but the stars align comment at the end of the chapter, like where it says the planets align or whatever, I think that might have been added after the fact, like later, after he had the idea. Maybe he heard about the planet alignment and was like, oh, cool timing, this will work out perfectly. I don't think Oda coordinated his story events and chapter drop to line up with this rare planet alignment thing. I don't think that, no. I mean, he's human, okay? he's not able to coordinate the story in the manga, the release schedule, and this chapter drop with like some rare planetary alignment that's happening not even the same week, it's like a month away. So I think what happened is it was a happy coincidence and he kind of worked with it, if anything. Damn it, man. I was fucking not able to run away. Damn. That was close. I just needed to get one heal off and I could have beat him. And he spammed 6 of those magic missiles. I also think people are overblowing it a little bit because the planet alignment thing isn't even the same planets that the Gorosei represent. One of the planets is Neptune. Neptune is not a Gorosei. He's the king of Fishman Island. Please let me get my runes. Fuck this boss, man. Am I not two-handing this sword? I don't understand. Did I accidentally un-two-hand it? I'm two-handing it. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's my stats leave a lot to be desired right now. I'm not actually hating on this boss. I'm just being salty. Damn it. I responded to him like pulling back to do his like sweep, I just rolled too early. I just anticipate that he was gonna do the little bite, and then he spawns a sword. I should probably put my next batch of levels into Vigor. That would probably be the smart decision. Whoa. He's just chilling on the wall there. Is there no way to run around those projectiles? Do I just have to like get back and let them shoot and then try and... I was thinking like maybe if I try and run around like behind them they can't, but I guess they just track you, right? Like no matter what. The only solution is just to hang back. With attacks this slow, I feel like my only option for most fights is to just hang back, let them throw out their shit, and if they have a big opening, just run in with like a jumping attack. I feel like that's the only real play with Ultra Great Sword. Damn it, man. Come on. I'd never seen that move. I've never seen that third piece to the combo. Ever. Like, what? Where did that come from? Ideally, I want to be stance breaking as much as possible. That's what I'm trying to do, but... With Red Wolf of Radagon, he's just such an aggressive boss. So I feel like I don't have a chance to build that stagger when I'm, like, constantly just running away. Like... I could easily do it for more humanoid bosses that aren't just like spazzing out on me in the arena. But for this guy, he's just so aggro. Yeah, it's like not enough that he puts up the three things that are gonna home in on me and shoot me. He has to fucking launch himself across the room. He's aggressive as hell. This thing just wants to eat me. Flame of Redmane's Ash of War. Where do I get that? I've been using the same Ash of War for a good minute. The upward cut. It is kind of nice because it lets me super armor through attacks and just get a really chunky attack off, but I don't know. I'm feeling something new. ass. No! Oh my god, I was too greedy. That was my fault. That was totally my fault. That was totally my fault. I thought after the first time he hit me, I could just get like a little poke off to just get the last bit of health, and I misjudged that completely because the sword is so damn slow that I just couldn't get my attack off. Oh man. So close, man. So close. That was a pure greed, like, punish. All I had to do was just get away and heal. But I was like, nope, I can get him. I can hit him. Yo, what's up, Reverse? I'm getting owned today, guys. I don't know. I'm just not in the flow. I'm getting cooked by every boss today. I think I'm gonna call it at Radagon. If I can beat this wolf, I'm gonna I'm gonna take a break, because this is pretty brutal. I truly think it was the Ultra Great Sword that did me in, because last time we were doing the two-handed, the normal Great Sword, and I don't know. These yeah, there goes my runes. Forgot to pick them up. Yeah, I feel like the slow wind up on everything is just like the slow wind up and the end lag on all my swings is it's not conducive to good Elden Ring, because everything in Elden Ring is hyper aggressive, you know? Like in Dark Souls 1 or 2, Ultra Great Swords are cool because everything in the game is relatively slow, and they let you get your attacks off. But in Elden Ring, everything is so hyper aggressive. It's like, how am I feasibly supposed to like how am I supposed to get more than one swing without putting myself in serious danger? Camera just pulled me away from the missiles. Only supposed to get 1 or 2 hits in. Yeah. I really don't even think the second hit is feasible. I feel like it's 1 hit. With this weapon, it's 1 hit. The second one, you're getting hit for that. Like, I can't see any openings that are long enough to do more than 1. But I mean, I guess, you know, that makes sense, right? It's a huge fucking sword, but That shit, do I just have to not lock on? I think that's what's screwing me. It's because he does the 3 missiles, and then he leaps across the room, and my camera follows him because I'm locked on, and then I get hit by the missiles behind me. I gotta just, whenever he does that, I gotta turn off lock on. I think that's the solution. Because that is screwing me right now. Like, I think I've died the same way, like 4 times. I know, I need more vigor. I just don't have any runes to level with. You know? Like, I'd love to pump levels into that right now, honestly. I'm starting to see the benefit of having a higher health bar. Die. Alright, this wall here, this wall here was a godsend. Those missiles getting caught on the, on this wall, that saved my ass. Because he did that twice. He did the 3 missile move twice against the wall. Oh, that was lucky. I feel like I'm just getting lucky. Like, damn. Alright, let's put some levels in. Yep, 1 level. Awesome. Do you think I can get another level if I just go back and kill some of those guys? Let me do that. I also saw a chest. Should have opened. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of a pro at this game, you know? You wouldn't know it by the amount of times I die to everything. But, that's fine. I just get body slammed by the pot, the jar. I think if I just kill a few more guys, I should have enough to level up. Favorite quest in Elden Ring? I'm trying to think of all the ones that I did. I really do like the Rykard quest line, like in the mansion, Volcano Manor. That's a really good one. Alexander's quest line is good. What other ones? I forget what her name is, but Horlu's daughter. I like her quest line. My first build was a claymore with, I think I buffed it with electricity, lightning. Lightning claymore is what I usually play in the other games too. Like my first run of Dark Souls was with a lightning claymore, and then my run of Dark Souls 2 was mostly with a lightning claymore, and then I did Moonlight Greatsword. And then Dark Souls 3 was the same. That's usually what I do my first run. I just have the most fun with that. Alright. We'll leave it here. We got the rest of Ray Lucaria to finish next stream. But we've been doing this for about 3.5 hours now, so I think you guys have watched me job to this game long enough for today. So, with that, I will end the stream here. Thank you guys for chilling out with me. This was fun. I do love some Elden Ring. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Thank you to Nemphis21 for the memberships today, and to the new members, welcome. I hope to see you guys on the chapter reaction stream this Friday. We might do another game stream. We might do another Melee one this week, or we'll do a new game. We'll see. I'm not sure how many games I should juggle at once on the Hidden Arcade. I feel like it might be a good idea to keep it to like a couple series for now, and then like introduce new stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it. But yeah, we might do another one of these, and then if not, I'll see you guys Friday. And until then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry to everyone that just came in right at the end, but gotta call it here. So have a good night, guys. Peace.